Hello there, fourth graders. Favorite kind of gum? Go. Oh, I like a lot of these, I think. Probably the peppermint one the best. This is going to be lesson 6.8. If you wonder why we're talking about a gum here, it's going to lead us into this math message problem. So I want you to think about this, right? Focus. You know what we always focus on with word problems is visualizing those problems, seeing the characters, the setting, the events, right? You have to see all of that stuff. Listen to this. 3 students share 13 sticks of gum. Maybe they're having like a contest where they're putting a lot of gum in their mouth. Okay. Or maybe they're just going to save it for later. How many sticks of gum does each student get if they receive equal shares? Take a moment and I want you to tell me some of the things that you're thinking about or noticing. Well, look, this is a dividing problem, right? It's obviously a dividing problem where we have equal sharing here, right? We're splitting something up. That's always dividing. When we divide, look what happens. And you might have done this on your extra paper, 3. So 3 goes into 1 no times, right? So I'm going to look at the 13. How many 3s are in 13? 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 of them. And then I have remainder 1. So let's see if that makes sense in a complete sentence. Each student will get 4 remainder 1 sticks of gum. Does that sound right? What sounds wrong about that? What's a remainder 1 stick of gum? How do you eat a remainder 1? I don't know either. So what could we do? Well, could we draw a very simple picture to organize this information? Here's this guy and this guy and this guy. Beautiful drawings, right? And so we have 13 pieces of gum. So we'll give each of them 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did this a lot, right, in previous grades, pictures like this. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that's 12 pieces of gum. And then you have this extra one. So if these guys, they wouldn't throw this in the trash can, right? And this guy here, right, he's not going to come over and eat that extra piece of gum because then the others will be mad. What would they really do with this piece of gum if they all wanted to have the same amount? What would you do if it was you and your friends? You have to have the same amount. You would break it into 3 pieces, right? Chop it in half there. So this person gets 1 out of 3, which is 1/3. And this person gets 1 out of 3, 1/3. And this person gets 1/3. So the answer here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1/3. That would fit our question, right? Our question here was to write that in a complete sentence. Each student gets 4 and 1/3 pieces of gum. That's real, right? That's how we would talk. And a little picture here is very valuable. Today, we are going to continue to look at division number stories. This time we are going to decide what we have to do with the remainder, right? With the extra. There's 3 things that we can do with the remainder. The first one is what we did here, to turn it into a fraction. And some things can be split up like a piece of gum. Other times, we're going to have to ignore that. I'll come back to that objective here. Sometimes the remainder has to be ignored, right? Like if there was an extra member of this boy band, right? And the boy band was going to split up. Let's say they were going to split in half. Well, there's 7 of them. Is that that's BTS, isn't it? I don't know. I'm bad with my K-pop bands. If there were 7 of them and they were going to split into 2 groups, well, you can't have a fraction of, this guy here. You can't split him in half. Okay, so you're going to have to leave somebody out in that situation, right? They're going to have 3 and 3, and then somebody just is going to get ignored. And that happens sometimes with the remainders. The other thing that happens with remainders is that it has to be rounded up, right? Let's say we were going to take 10 kids on a bus, and the bus had, we want to know, if we put 3 in a seat, how many seats will we need? Well, 3 would go in the first seat, 3 would go in the next seat, 3 would go in the next seat. Then you'd have 1 extra kid. Well, you're going to need another seat, right? We're not going to split the seat in thirds, so we'd need 4 seats. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. Let's cover that objective. Our goal here to be able to determine what to do with a remainder in number stories based on the situation. So you're going to be doing some thinking about what am I going to have to do with the remainder. So this is not a lesson about how to divide. I've done that lesson several times. I'm not going to really talk much about steps of division. In fact, you'll see me do some of the division fairly quickly because our goal here is to decide what to do with the remainder. Here's our first question. 3 children wish to share 16 toy cars equally. How many does each child get? Write a number model with a variable to represent the unknown. And we are going to write a picture as well. So we're going to draw, let's see, we'll draw our 3 kids over here. 1, 2, 3. And we need to give out 16 toy cars. Here's going to be my cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count these. 13, 14, 15. So I have 1 extra, right? My number model here is 16 divided by 3 equals, well, each kid gets 5. There's 5 remainder 1. But what would we do with the remainder? If you had an extra car, imagine that. This is you're these kids' mom or dad. You're dividing up their cars. You have 1 extra. What are you going to really do with the extra? You're not going to give it to one of the kids because then the other 2 are going to scream and cry, right? What are you going to do with the extra? You're going to keep it for yourself. You're going to probably put it on a shelf. No one's going to get that one. We're going to ignore that remainder. So our answer here is not 5 remainder 1. The answer to this question is that each child will get 5 cars. So we ignored the remainder. We left it off. Sometimes you need to do that. Other times, let's look at this one. Anne has, $18 to buy notebooks that cost $4 each. How many can she buy? Write a number model with our variable. Okay, so same thing. We're going to buy 4 notebooks. So here's the first notebook. And here's the next notebook. Here's the next notebook. Here's the next notebook. So each one costs $4. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16. She has 2 extra dollars left, right? She's got $2. Here's our picture. Here's our number sentence. We did 18. We divided it by 4. We came up with, she can buy 4 notebooks with a remainder of 2. Is she going to be able to Is she going to be able to buy another notebook? No, she doesn't have enough money, right? She's out of money. She can only buy 4 notebooks. Okay, so another example of ignoring the remainder. We left it off. Okay, so we have seen the fraction one with the pieces of gum. We've seen 2 ignoring ones with this problem and this problem. Here we'll see a different type. Okay, 4 brothers are given 35 fruit bars. They agree to share the bars equally. How many fruit bars will each boy get? So our picture, and 35 fruit bars. That's going to be a lot. So let me show you what you can also do here. 35 divided by 4. You can just write the numbers too, right? Let's see. This would be 0. How many 4s are in 35? 8. subtract 32, and there'd be a remainder of 3, right? A little shortcut. So each kid is going to get 8. So I'm going to represent that with a number here. This is 8 granola bars. And then there's 3 extras. Oh, what are they going to do with those extra granola bars? Here's the 3 extras. They're going to split them up. That's right. Right? They're going to split them up. So each one's going to get divided into 4 parts. Remember these equal sharing problems way back in, what was that? Oh my goodness, Unit 3, I think. And one kid's going to get, kid A is going to get that one, and that one. So 3/4. So here we had to write it as a fraction. There's our picture. Our number model is 35 divided by 4 equals 8 with a remainder of 3. And our answer is 8 3/4. What did we have to do? Convert it to a fraction. Now, I want to do one in your math journal, okay? Because we haven't seen one of the problems where we round it up yet. I want to show you one. So this will be a little bit longer, but you'll get a free answer here. Our objective, right? We're figuring out what to do with a remainder. Go ahead and open up to Math Journal page 206. And we're going to do number 2. All right, so zooming in here. And okay, so I changed some of these numbers because the number that's there is gigantic and there's no way we're ever going to draw that many things. What was it? It was, we disappeared it. Whatever it was, you can see it in your math journal. Cross it out, write 43 here, because otherwise you're going to be drawing forever. I think it's over 100. Let's look at it. Rosa is buying boxes to hold all 43 of her DVDs. Each box holds 5 DVDs. How many boxes are needed to store all of her DVDs? DVDs is what we used before Netflix and streaming, right? So let's draw some boxes. How many DVDs fit in each box? What did it say? 5, right? So 5, 10, 15. You can draw this with me. You got to do it anyway, so you can do it now or later. 5, 6, so that's 30, 35, 40. Now she's got 3 extra DVDs. I'll draw those right there. So first, let's do the number model, right? We found that 43, well, you tell me, what's the number model? 43 divided by 5 equals 8 remainder 3. And could you do that with the bracket and all of this stuff? Yes, you could, right? And then transfer it to a picture. If you like that, you can. So now, what would she do with these DVDs here? Let's say they are Captain America, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. She got 3 DVDs left. She has 3 DVDs left. What would she do with them? She would not give them away. She likes them. She would not throw them in the trash can. She would just get another box, right? And they would go in that box. So we need an extra box. So we have to round up here. See how our answer became 9? Because she needed an extra box. Oh, I was supposed to put an unknown here. Whoops. We should have put a B there and then written this down here. And what did we do? We rounded the answer up. Why? Why did we round it up? Well, why did we round that up? Why did we go to 9 instead of 8? She wants to keep the extra, terrible handwriting here on the screen. The extra DVDs in another box. All right, got it? So this is your goal today. You are doing number 1 that's over here. Number 1 with the Jackson buying balloons. You are also doing number 3. Change number 3, make it 28 granola bars. Otherwise, you're going to be drawing, 88 granola bars forever. Number 3 and number 4. Okay? You do not have to do number 5 and number 6. You can if you want to, but you have to do number 1, number 3, and number 4. And you have to do number 2 if you didn't do it while we were doing the video here. All right, that's all, fourth graders. Really use your thinking brain today. You will be deciding, right? You have to divide these, of course. Use this picture and then decide, what do I do with the remainder? Do I round it up to the next number? Do I ignore it and leave it off? Or am I going to turn it into a fraction? Let me know if you need any help with anything, fourth graders. Good luck.